Good evening, ladies, and thank you for joining me for the Women's Travel Club webinar on our upcoming Antarctic expedition. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be here this evening on this first day of spring. I hope it is beautiful where you are. It was actually a very nice day here, and I'm very happy to see spring finally coming. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to be here on this beautiful evening. I just wanted to go through just a couple little points that right now everybody is muted. All your microphones are muted. At the end of the presentation, I will ask for any questions. You can raise your hand or type out a question. If you raise your hand, I'll open your microphone and you can ask your question. If you type in a question, I will read the question out and try and answer it as best of my ability. If I can't get the answer for you this evening, I will definitely find out the answer and send it to you. Okay, we can get started. To start, I'm going to actually go through just a few things about the Women's Travel Club in general. We do this at the beginning of all the webinars, so I don't want to belabor it and have it too long, but I just want, if you haven't been on a tour or haven't traveled with us, just give you a little bit of background, who we are and how the tours work. So this is myself in a lot of these pictures, except the one where we're holding the Women's Travel Club banner. That's myself and Debbie. Debbie's kind of my right hand in everything. And if you've traveled with us before, I'm sure you've talked to Debbie and dealt with her, or even had her as a tour leader. So I was a travel agent and had so many women that wanted to do tours or to see places. They had a bucket list. They had places they wanted to see, travels they wanted to do, and they didn't always have somebody to travel with. And I found that the big stumbling block for them not traveling was that they didn't have somebody to go on these trips with. They didn't necessarily want to be on a big tour bus with 40 people, most of them couples or friends, and feeling left out. So I thought, there's got to be a better way. And I started to put people together on tours and make up little groups, and found that that is what I enjoyed. So I sold my interest in a travel agency and have been doing this full time since. Okay, a little bit about how our tours work. Our tours are always small group tours. So we limit our tours to 16 ladies per tour, sometimes less depending on the logistics of the tour. That way you can get to feel like you're traveling with a group of friends. It has a real feel to it when it is just that small kind of tight-knit group. Also lets us do things on the tours that you can't do when you're on a big, huge bus group. You're not waiting in line to see things. You're actually getting to do hands-on experiences. So all our tours are women only. I know some women's travel organizations have co-ed departures. We are women only, so it is only women on our departures. We include exclusive activities on our tours. So because of the small group nature and being only women, we can do things on our tours that you can't do when you're on a big bus group of people. So we do culinary events, cooking classes, tastings, outdoors types activities, and up top you can see we did a geisha makeover where they made us over geishas from head to toe, makeup, wigs, everything, took us out in the street and did a big photo shoot where we got to keep the photos. So that was great. Great way to remember a fabulous tour. On all our tours, we're going to offer a choice of single or double occupancy. So that obviously is reflected in the price of the tour. When you do a single occupancy, you're paying almost twice as much for the accommodation portion of the tour. Depending on where you're traveling to, sometimes that can be quite reasonable, or sometimes it can be a big portion of the tour. So depending where you're traveling, single supplement can be higher or less. The single rooms usually sell out first, so if you're a person that likes to have your own space on the tours, please book your single room as soon as you can, because those will sell out before the double occupancy. If you want to take advantage of the double occupancy rate, and you're coming as a solo traveler, which most of the ladies that travel with us do come as solo travelers, we will offer to match you with a roommate. So we take a little bit of information about you, sleeping patterns, likes, dislikes, and we match you with someone similar age that looks like will be a good match for you. It generally works out very, very well, and you'll make a lifelong friend out of it. We have various tour leaders for our different tours. So here's some of our tour leaders. If you've traveled with us before, some of you might know some of these tour leaders. So there's Debbie in the top right corner, myself on the quad in the middle there. Up on the left top is Melissa, who is quite adventurous, and that is, yes, a shark behind her. Below her is Kirsten, below her is Irene, in the middle is Linda, and then in the bottom right corner is Sarah. Okay, so on to our main topic for the evening, talking about our Antarctic expedition that's going to happen February 6th to the 16th of 2020. The tour is actually going to start in Buenos Aires. So you can arrive anytime to Buenos Aires. There's where you'll be transferred to the hotel. I did have a look. Somebody was asking about flights. I did have a quick look at flights. Flights aren't published yet for next February, but I could look into January, which is the similar season, so it gave a really good idea. And out of Toronto, there are direct flights on Air Canada to Buenos Aires. So I'm sure there are from many other cities too. So wherever you're traveling from, if you want us to look at flights, we can certainly give you some options for flights. Okay, so we'll meet in Buenos Aires. We'll have a quick welcome meeting in the evening just to get acquainted, meet each other, and get to know each other. And then most likely we will go out for dinner together. Dinner's not included, so certainly this is an option. If you're traveling with a friend and just want to do dinner yourselves, you're welcome to that. But for the rest of you that would like to have dinner together, we will have a little group dinner. Buenos Aires is known for its soaring architecture and European heritage. It's a busy and vibrant city with a great nightlife. If you're a night owl and think you'd like to stay up a little later, you're certainly welcome to explore a bit. There's a lot that will be available in the evening, but don't stay up too late, because the next day we will have breakfast and then meet for our flight to Ushuaia. So it will be a charter flight, and everything is included. We'll be transferred from the hotel to the airport and then take our chartered flight down to Ushuaia. There is a luggage restriction on the plane. It's not too bad. It's 20 kilograms, which is pretty standard, but just be aware of that. And then in Ushuaia, we're going to have a little time to explore this quaint port town before we head to the pier. This is where the Andes are going to meet the Beagle Channel. And you might want to take some time, browse the little shops, or maybe try a pint of the world's most southern microbrew. Okay, let's have a look at the path that we're going to take once we get on board and start our journey. We're going to sail down the historic Beagle Channel, and then it's going to take about 2 days to cross the Drake Passage. So the next time, once you leave the Beagle Channel, that you're going to see land, it's going to be the world's most southern continent. Prepare that there could be rough sailing through the Drake Passage. Is pretty infamous for having some rough waters, but not always, so we can keep hope that we'll have a smooth sailing for our trip. Once into the Arctic Peninsula, we're going to spend days 5 to 8 exploring the South Shetland Islands and the Antarctic Peninsula. And then we'll return back across the Drake Passage and fly back to Buenos Aires. Once we get back to Ushuaia, we do have a little a little tour before we take our flight back. And we'll get to that towards the end. So our home for this journey is the Ocean Endeavor. She's a small expedition ship and features ice-strengthened hull, zodiacs for exploration and remote landings, generous deck space, and advanced navigation equipment. She holds 199 guests with 124 staff and crew. Endeavour is also the only polar adventure ship in Antarctica focused on health and wellness, and offers a contemporary approach to cuisine and newly designed health and fitness features. Complementary activities include yoga and stretching classes, an exclusive polar photography program, the Scientist in Residence program, and more adventure activities than any other Cork vessel. The newly refurbished vessel offers a superb guest experience with an expansive choice of cabin categories. We have 2 cabin categories that we're going to highlight. They're the 2 lowest price cabin categories, but if you would like an upgraded cabin, that can certainly be arranged. Just let us know and we can give you the options and prices for those upgraded cabins. The ship's known for large cabins and common areas, has a sun deck, observation area, plenty of deck space for polar landscape viewing, and lounges for learning and reflection. The ship's interiors have a contemporary aesthetic that provides a bright and spacious feel throughout. Okay, so let's look at some of Endeavour's amenities. On board, you're going to find chef-prepared meals with complimentary wine with dinner, bar staffed by professional bartenders serving a selection of soft drinks, juices, liquor, spirits, and beer are available and can be charged to your shipboard account. There's a nautical lounge, polar library, a gym, newly built saunas and spa facilities and wellness program, a lecture theater, polar boutique, sun deck, and plenty of deck space for observation. And some of the activities that are included. There's snowshoeing and zodiac cruising, kayaking for an additional charge, stand-up paddleboarding, camping, cross-country skiing, and mountaineering. The additional charge activities should be booked ahead of time because they do fill up. So when you book, if there are any of these activities that you're interested in trying, just let us know and we can get you pricing and sign you up for it. Some of the activities they would like you to have experience to do. So the kayaking is one that they want you to be experienced at, and mountaineering. The skiing and so I think everybody can probably cross-country ski to some level, and the camping, stand-up paddleboarding, I don't know, it looks so easy, everybody can do it. I've tried and I can't stand up on it for the life of me, so I'm not sure. Okay, we're just going to have a quick look at a video that's going to highlight some of these activities and show us what exactly they are like. Okay. If you like the idea of kayaking, but you aren't super experienced, the paddleboarding excursion, which look like more the inflatable boats with two people in them, they say that you can do that. They're more stable and you go with a guide. So that is an option if you really like the idea of getting out there close to the water on a kayaking type excursion, but you just don't have the experience to feel comfortable enough kayaking by yourself. So each day we'll take the Zodiac out on excursions from the ship to explore the local bays, the channels, the landing sites. Wildlife is going to be a main component of this tour. We'll visit penguin rookeries, scout for humpback and minke whales, and search for a number of southern seal species. Each day is going to be different and amazing. I have one more video to show you that's just really going to highlight the feel of the tour for us. Okay, so we're going in February, so I thought it'd be nice to have a look at what February has to offer and why February. There really is no bad month to go. They do the expeditions all throughout their summer, which is our winter, but we chose February. The few reasons that kind of struck me as why I thought February would be the time to go. The days are a little bit longer. Penguins are teenagers. So the penguins were born in January, the little chicks, and they become fledglings. And now they're still baby penguins, so to speak, but they're a little bit more active and they're playing and they're doing things. So that would be a very good time to see them. Whale sightings is the best time to go to see whales. Incredible sunsets, of course, which I think it is for a lot of their winter, but because of the length of days in February, it's just a beautiful time. As we mentioned, the wildlife here is going to be a huge part of an Antarctic expedition. So let's have a closer look of some of the species that we will see for sure. Of course, whales, as we mentioned, February is the best time to go see whales. All the migrating whales are back in the Antarctic now. So we're going to see blue, sperm, orca, humpback, minke, and southern right whales. We shouldn't have problems seeing whales breaching like this. You should get some amazing photographs of the whales. Of course, my personal favorite are the penguins. This is my whole reason for going to the Antarctic is I want to see penguins. So here we go. Penguin chicks, again, they've hatched in January, so they're going to be very active now. We'll get lots of great photos. There's many species of penguins, including these big guys here, the king penguins. So we're going to see lots of them, and you'll probably have to tear me away. And seals. We're going to see many species, the Weddell, crab eater, leopard, southern elephant, and Antarctic fur. Again, same kind of thing with these guys. The pups are a little bit older now, and so they're just getting a little more active and playful. They'll be out a bit, they'll be swimming. They might be more interested in us and kind of checking us out too. So great time again to see these seals, especially the young. Okay, for this expedition, we're partnering with Quark. expeditions. There are lots of choices when it comes to the Antarctic, and here are some of the reasons that we have chosen this particular company. They are a leader in polar adventures. That's all they do is polar, so Antarctic and Arctic cruises. They're not just a cruise line that's going to the Antarctic. This is strictly what they do. They're comfortable ships with an eye on quality. So we do spend a lot of time on the ship, especially crossing the Drake Passage back and forth. And having a comfortable ship was important to me. So it's very comfortable. Feels like cruise ship-like while you're on there, which will be very nice for us. But including to make it an expedition and not just a cruise, we're getting those specialized programs with the experts and the activities also with experts on hand to make it truly a learning experience, not just seeing, but learning and really being immersed in it. Another thing that Cork has that really appeals to me and to the Women's Travel Club is they have these unique single cabins. So unlike other cruises where you're going to spend 200% or 175% of the price to get your own cabin, Cork has cabins that are strictly single cabins. So you get them at a rate that's just barely above what you would pay for a shared cabin, and you have your own space. Definitely a good plus for us with the Women's Travel Club, because we always have ladies that want their own space. And competitive pricing. As you probably all know, or you're going to find out, Antarctic is not cheap. It's hard to get to. There's relatively not a lot of companies that go there and do it well. So the price tag going to the Antarctic is up there. This is a definite bucket list, once in a lifetime kind of destination. So finding the company that does it right, because if you're going to spend it, you absolutely want the best possible experience, also at a good price was important. So we did a lot of searching, a lot of comparing to find the company that we thought did it best with price versus what you're getting for that price. Let's have a look at the cabins that we've been talking about that we have to offer. So this is that single cabin. It's an inside cabin, so that means you do not have a window or a porthole. You're in an interior. It is your own cabin to yourself, not shared with anyone, your own space. It's approximately 95 to 105 square feet. And they're on deck 5, has a lower bed and your own private bathroom. So it is a perfect space if, you know, having your own space is important to you. You'll be very comfortable in this. And the other cabin is the twin porthole suite, which is for a cruise is quite a large, comfortable space. So this is going to be if you want to share with someone, we can definitely match you to share with someone. It's approximately 190 to 200 square feet, so it can be double the size of the other cabin. They're located on deck 4. They feature 2 single beds, a separate living area with a pull-out sofa. So, you know, one of your roommates wants their own space within this space. Somebody can definitely sleep out on the pull-out sofa, and you can each have your own room. And of course, 2 porthole windows and a private bathroom. Okay, so let's have a look at what is all included with this. And there is quite a good extensive list of inclusions, and there's some great inclusions. So when, you know, for the price that you pay, you really are getting the value. The first night in Buenos Aires at that beautiful 5-star hotel is included, and that we mentioned the benefits of why we chose to book with Quark, and looking at benefits of why you might want to choose to book through the Women's Travel Club to go on this Quark expedition is when you book with us, you get the pre-transfer package included. So it's that one-night accommodation, those flights from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia, and the post tour and your transfers, etc., are all included in that. So that's not an expense on top of what you're going to pay for the cruise, which it would be if you booked it otherwise. So you get 9 nights aboard on the shipboard accommodations according to the accommodations you chose. Your meals, snacks, soft drinks, juices on board, so all your food on board, beer and wine during dinner, all shore landings as per the daily program, leadership throughout the voyage by an experienced expedition leader, all Zodiac transfers and cruising per the daily programs, formal and informal presentations by the expedition team and special guests as scheduled. So every evening they're going to have presentations. So we learn about the area and about what we might be seeing the next day. Photographic journal documenting the expedition. Lovely. Photography guide on the expedition team. So if you're a budding photography expert, budding, can't think of the words, but if you're getting into photography or if you're an expert, they're going to be able to give you advice and help and show you ways to take better pictures, which will be invaluable on a trip like this, where your pictures that you're going to bring back are going to be something that you're going to look at forever and be showing people and saying like, look what we did. Waterproof expedition boots on loan for shore landings. So on those Zodiacs, when we land to go onto shore, it's going to be wet landings, which means it's just going to be at the edge, kind of on a beach landing, where you're going to stand in maybe 1 inch, 2 inches of water. So these boots will just keep you dry for that. Official Cork Expeditions parka to keep. So those or yellow parkas that you see everybody in, we get to keep one and take it home. Coffee, tea, cocoa available around the clock. Comprehensive pre-departure materials, including a map and an informative Antarctic reader. All miscellaneous service taxes and port charges throughout the program. Luggage handling aboard the ship, your gratuities, emergency evacuation insurance to maximum benefit of $500,000. We do suggest that you also carry still your regular health insurance for traveling. Group transfer from the hotel to airport in Buenos Aires. Return flight from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia. Group transfer from the Ushuaia airport to the ship and return. Combined airport transfer and express bus tour of Tierra del Fuego National Park after disembarkation. So that's that little trip that I mentioned. And of course, your Women's Travel Club tour later. Who is me? Okay, so let's have a look at the pricing for this tour. So again, it was February 6th to the 16th. Single occupancy, that's those inside single cabins that we had a look at. The cost is $11,155 US. Double occupancy, which is those twin porthole suite rooms that we looked at. So this will be sharing with someone, and that's $10,435 US. We kept the pricing in US because when we convert it to Canadian, there's exchange fees in there. The price was high enough, we didn't want to make it any higher, especially if you're coming from the US, why exchange money to exchange it back? So it was easier just to keep it in US dollars. The deposit is a percentage, so that's why it's different for double versus single. So it's $21.39 for the double occupancy and $24.79 for single occupancy. Final payment is due October 1st. If you want to break up your payments at all and do any payments before October 1st, you can definitely do that, and then just pay what's left on October 1st. I did get some questions before the webinar just about pre and post hotel accommodation in Buenos Aires. So I just wanted to let you know about that. The pre-hotel is the Emperador in Buenos Aires. It's a 5-star hotel. It's beautiful. The cost of an extra night it's approximately, I'm going to say, because they don't actually have the pricing out for February in 2020 yet, but it looks like it's going to be about $225 US per room. So if you're single, you want a room to yourself, it'll be that $225, or double will be half. And post tour is actually the Kenton Palace, which is the first hotel for our Chile and Argentina tour. And it's a 4-star hotel. So reflecting the price a little bit less. The single occupancy would be $108 Canadian. Double occupancy will be $79 Canadian, and that rate will include breakfast. And as I mentioned, I did have a quick look at flights to just get an idea. Again, aren't out yet for December 2020. I did look at January, should be very similar. It's a very similar season time of year. The cost is in Canadian from Toronto for a direct flight was about $1,200. So quite reasonable for that length of flight. Okay, and then if you're not ready to go home yet, when you've hit Buenos Aires, you can continue on to our Chile and Argentina tour. So it's February 17th to the 29th. It's going to take you right from Buenos Aires down through Patagonia area in Argentina and then over to Chile. And of course, we'll do a wine region in Chile and city tours throughout. It is a great tour. It is up on our website with all the information, and I'm sure there will be a webinar coming up in the next little bit. And from that tour, if you want to add on, there is an Easter Island add-on, which is going to be the 29th to the 3rd. So right from Santiago, Chile, we'll head over to Easter Island, which is, again, another amazing place to see. So that about completes all the information that I have on our Antarctic expedition. I'm just going to open up my box here. If anybody has any questions, just raise your hand or just type the question in and I will see it come up and then I can answer it to the best of my ability. I see a lot of familiar faces. I always feel like, you know, that show they had when we were kids, like Romper Room, I think it was, or where she had the mirror and she'd look through and she'd say, hi, so-and-so, and hi, so-and-so. I can see all these people. It's like, hi. Let's see, I don't see any questions. Click down. I can only see so many at once, so I have to click up and down. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions, so I think that must have given everybody what they need. If you think of a question, definitely shoot Debbie or I an email or give us a call, and we will answer any questions you might have. I hope that someone or a few of you decide to join us on this. It will be an amazing once-in-a-lifetime trip. I know the price tag's a little bit up there and it's kind of a decision to make, but it'll be truly amazing and it won't be something that you'll forget very quick. So again, thank you. Oh, Donna Belfort. Donna. Okay, is it confirmed now? Yes, it is. We didn't need many to confirm it, so it is a confirmed departure now. Yay. Yay. I think Donna's actually already booked on it, so that's why she's so happy. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I don't see anybody else, but definitely I see a lot of very familiar faces there. So if you have any questions, just shoot me an email and I would love to have you join me. And that will be it for now. Good night, everybody. Have a great night. Happy spring, and we will talk very soon.